beautiful Sunday morning today, and this is something that I wasn't planning on doing, but we're actually going to be heading out to a really cool Filipino festival, a celebration of Filipino culture, food, music, you name it. If it's Filipino, it's going to be there. It just happens to be in town today, so we're going to head out there. The coolest part is that there's going to be some sick cars there. Some of the guys that I know are going to be there with their cars, kind of a little mini car show right in the middle of the fiesta. So what better reason to get the Z out and head over there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually make it into the car show itself because I didn't register or anything for it. I don't even know if there was a registration for it. But we're going to take the Z anyways and see if there's any chance that we can just kind of slide in and get a spot there next to some of the other cars. Anyways, let's head on out. Should be a good old time. Alright guys, so we have arrived at Filipino Fiesta. It's about a 25-minute drive from my house, so not too bad at all. The drive was nice and smooth, but unfortunately, when we got here, the place was already at capacity. As I figured it might be, we are arriving late, and like I said, I didn't even plan on being here, so I didn't register or plan ahead for it at all. So we had to come out here to the outskirts and find some parking somewhere else. You can see there's some other sick-ass cars that had to do the same. Very nice cars out here, even in the outskirts of the parking area. We were very lucky to get this spot right here because parking is an absolute nightmare right now. The show is well underway already, so unfortunately the Z is not going to be able to be in the show itself, but let's head on into Filipino Fiesta and see what kind of cars we can find in there. I brought my DSLR, so I'm going to take some fire shots hopefully, and I will of course keep the vlog going for you guys. Let's go see what we got. Alright guys, so we have arrived at the main staging area. Some really nice cars here. If I'd have known that there was going to be this nice of a turnout at this thing, I'd have probably signed up to be here with my car, but man, some nice rides here for sure. Alright guys, so I was able to get a hold of the event organizer here and see if there was any way I could pull my Z into the venue. There was still a few spots open that I noticed as I was walking around, so I figured I'd try and go find him and ask if there was any way, and he said yeah, definitely I could pull it in. Unfortunately it's going to be too late for judging, so I won't be taking anything home today, but he said I could pull my car in. The only problem is that the only entrance to this place is really scary for low cars. I guess when they were loading cars in this morning, they had ramps to help cars get into the staging area, and the ramps have been removed. So a little scared about it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try and get Zailas, air him up, and just real slowly try and get up this curb. Wish me luck. I'm gonna go get Zailas right now. All right, y'all, so it was scary for sure, but we got Zailas into the show. He is hard parked now amongst some sick cars. Lots of Nissans in this area right here. Anything from GTRs This is a sick Z. I've seen this one a lot. I really like it. It's very unique. You won't see another Z like it. We got a bevy of Z32s. All of them are super clean in this row right here. Of any spot in this entire show, this is where I would have wanted to be, and so we made it. We got it in. We still got about 4 or 5 hours left of show today, so plenty of time for folks to come by and see Zailas. He's looking good, a little bit dirty. I didn't have any time to detail him, but all these cars are getting some dust on them. It's an outdoor event, so you know, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it, but I'm so happy that I was able to get Zailas in here. I didn't even register or nothing, so it's a good day for sure. Let's keep on rocking. I'm gonna take some more footage of some of these cars here. We have R32 GTRs, we got the Lambos, the Evos, RX-7s, whatever you want, it's all here. The turnout is massive here, so I'm gonna give you guys some shots of some of these cars over here. Super dope show. There is something to be said about these cars right here. I know most of you guys know exactly what these are. They're R32 GTRs. They were notably absent from Car Mecca, unfortunately. I was very much looking forward to seeing these cars at Car Mecca, but they were a no-show. They are here in attendance today, so we get a nice little look at some R32 GTRs. Very nice. You can tell that these are older cars, but at the same time, you cannot beat the presence that these cars have. Of course, they have the RB26 power plant in full effect here. Very well kept still. A little rough around the edges, of course, because these cars did come out in the late 80s. I don't know exactly what year these particular R32s are, but they are now here stateside, and I couldn't be happier that they're here. These are, of course, dream cars for so many people, and for good reason. I'm an R34 fan myself, but I absolutely have respect for every model of GTR, whether it's the 32, the 33, or the 34. I love seeing these cars. It's always a pleasure. They will never get too old, in my opinion. Even though that these are the older model of the GTRs, they still have a presence all their own, and they will never get old. In my opinion, they are beautiful cars. Love to have them here. If you're a Z fan at all, you definitely need to appreciate the Z32s as well. You can see a very well-kept VG30 DETT in there. Looks like it has been taken well care of and built quite a bit. I can imagine this car is making quite a bit of power right here. Very clean body, super straight. Can't see a dent on the thing, so very well-kept Z32. Very clean. All right, so we're getting kind of hungry, so we're gonna go grab a bite over here. This show is full of food trucks. Any kind of food that you can imagine, they got it here for sure. But this being a Filipino festival, we are gonna go out and look for some Filipino specialty. Filipino food is on point, guys. If you've never had any, it's definitely good. So we're gonna head out here through Food Alley and see what we can't find. Thank you guys all who are here, who have noticed me, who have recognized me and come up and say hi. Super cool to see you guys. So let's get something to eat and then we'll continue with the show. Too small?
My big head.
So the wife is out here enjoying herself quite a bit at the shops and the vendors out here. This is such an awesome show. I had no idea. This is my first time at Filipino Fiesta, and I'm gonna definitely come back again, man, because this is hopping for sure. I like it a lot. It's not all about the cars. This is about us and our time hanging out together. The cars are just a big plus for sure. Babe, you having a good time?
No.
No? Little hot out here today, but
Too much.
Smud hooked us up with this little free fan thing, so that's pretty cool. That's keeping us cool. That's a good thing, but we're gonna keep on walking around here. We're having a good time. It's a really good time. We're gonna come back next year. Hungry, we still have not eaten. We passed by the food trucks, but our attention was swayed by some of the little shops and stuff over here.
So yummy.
Philippine food is on point for sure. So we're gonna go back over there and we're gonna get some chicken skewers or something. All right guys, so we still out here, and believe it or not, my car just got judged. I actually made it into the judging. I was not expecting that whatsoever, but I was able to pull one of the judges aside and get Zailas judged. So we will see. From what I could tell, he was super happy. He loved the car. He especially liked, of course, that it's so custom. One off right now, one of one in the world with this wide body. So he was super thrilled about the car. We will have to see. I will be laughing if I take home even an honorable mention. That would be great, because I was not intending on even coming today, let alone getting judged. So we'll have to see, man. I'm kind of hyped. I'm kind of excited. A bit controversial, but this is my boy Javier's car. This is my painter's car right here. He's got the he's got the F Trump on the back there. I try to stay out of politics, so you know, I'm neither here nor there on that subject. I'm not going to get into it, but I love this man's car. He'd be the first person to talk a whole bunch of crap about it just because of the condition it's in. But hey, he drives this car, you know, that's the thing. Like, he's not too worried about it. It's got so much character for every little nick and scratch and body piece that's hanging off. It just speaks so much to the character of this car. And if you guys know me, you know how much I like cars with character. So here is Javier's Z. This car has a story for sure. This was a totaled Z. This was in a junkyard. This thing was no go anymore. It was completely totaled out, and Javier picked this thing up and restored it back to this condition right here. There was no way that this car was ever going to be in a car show or anything even close to that, and yet here it is. Javier, of course, pieced this thing back together. You should see it, the pictures of it when it was in its destroyed form, and then he brought it back to this. So huge shout out to Javier and his skills, bodywork skills. He of course painted it as well, this awesome blue color right here. I love this car. It's got a story and I really appreciate it. Shout out to you, Javier. guys, so the show has officially ended. We are headed home now. Unfortunately, we didn't win anything this time, but that is okay. Like I said, I wasn't even planning on participating in the contest anyways, so I'm very happy that I was able to get my car in there, and a lot of folks were able to see it, so that's more than enough for me. I want to give a very special thanks to my wife here. She stuck it out with me. It was very, very hot today, and she's a champ for sure. One of those shows that can be a drag real fast if you get caught out in the sun, but fortunately it was out in a park and there was lots of trees, so we were able to stay in the shade for the most part. Very happy that we went. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're just heading home now, so nothing much more to show. Lots of shows coming up still, so stay tuned. There's going to be a whole lot more with SiegeStyle. Peace out, guys, and as always, God bless. It's a bank. You put your coins in there. Save money because shit happens.
Yeah, all the time shit happens with my husband.